There's a moment that a lot of people don't talk about. It isn't typically passed down in scripture or religious text, or the prophet didn't pass it on. You won't find it in temples or in shadow work retreats. Most practitioners that encourage shadow work don't even talk about this, at least not from what I've heard. It's that moment after you say yes to the divine. It's that moment after you surrender, right? After you rewrite the contracts in the void, after you reprogram the mind, after you recode the patterns in which you are wanting to participate in, after you co create your reality. That moment where you realize, hold on, the pain is still there. What I'm talking about, the moment when you wake up, maybe the next day after you have made promises to yourself or severed contracts, or I'm seeing like for some, like doing candle work, and I'm seeing the two candles and you burn the wick. Um, I'm seeing that form. Or after a soul retrieval, after you use all of these modalities and you have entered into the state of ritual or creation or co-creation or prayer even, and then it's still there. The back still hurts. That throb in your knee is still there. That feeling in the pit of your stomach. The neck is still frozen. The head is still pounding. The shoulder still burns. The heart still aches. And you think, what is this? I entered into this with an agreement within my body, an agreement with the divine being that I am. I made the shift, didn't I? Didn't I say yes? Didn't I show up? And sometimes anger can set in, sometimes disappointment, sometimes we can resent the journey itself, the path itself. But you did show up. And I want to tell you something. You got to allow that space for your body to catch up to the recoding that you just entered. It's like everything's got to be processed. And really and truly, if we think about it, isn't that where the essence of patience really comes in at? Be patient, be patient, be patient. The void, this co creative state, that stillness that you find, it's not a slot machine. You don't drop in a shadow and pull a lever and get instant freedom. The void itself, in this state of stillness, in this state of co creation, in this frequency of the divine, it's a womb. And sometimes the pain that we feel, whether it be emotional or physical, is the contraction that comes before the birth. You're not being ignored. You're not being punished. You're being reconstructed. You're being recoded, repatterned. And just like in the body, sometimes the old bones must ache before the new skeleton can hold your new truth. Sometimes the body has to be capable of holding that new frequency. It has to catch up. You're aligning to that. Allow for proper alignment. I'm thinking about scripture, and it says, He will wipe away every tear from their eyes. God, divine, love, source, consciousness. Doesn't say when. The Quran says hardship comes with ease. But it doesn't say either how long the hardship actually lasts. Once your soul has agreed to the ease, how long does it take to actually catch up? The Tao says to yield is to be full, but yielding, it hurts like hell, especially when you've been holding the weight of the old life for such a long time. For many of you, decades, at least for me. Why would I expect that to be shifted in one split second? Pull that lever, ding, 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 ding. So no, your pain is a process as well. And it does not mean that you did something wrong. It means you're walking through fire instead of running through it. You're catching up to the process. You're aligning right on time. And I think the hardest part, it's not really the pain itself that is still there. It's the doubt that sits on top of that. It rises in the pain's presence. That voice that's like, see, your little agreement didn't work. That's not real. You're delusional. You're Lulu. You're crazy. You're not crazy. You're not delusional. That voice is like that final gate that must be recoded itself on how it's going to close and open. It's like installing a whole new security system within the body, installing a whole new door, how we open and receive to what we are aligning to. It's not your pain that you have to cast out now. It's that feeling or that voice of doubt that tries to ride on top of the pain. Blanketing it. And that doubt can smother your intention, can distort how you're trying to align. Pain can be holy. That doubt, it can drain your flame, put it out even. And we definitely don't want that. So what are you supposed to do from here? And here's what I'm gathering. You breathe. You speak kindly to your body. You continue to declare this body as holy. Remember, love lives here. And if you are not aligned to that frequency, then you're no longer welcome here. Let your rage move through you like a prophet. Whatever you're feeling. If you're feeling sad or mad, disappointed, whatever the case may be, allow that to be a prophet. And you say to it, even if it hurts, I still believe in my healing. Even if I ache, I still believe in my path ahead. For me, I would be like, even if I can't hardly lift my arms, I still carry divine presence within me because it is my birthright and it is who I am. This body is not broken, just burning from within. And I, for once, trust what's on the other side of that fire. As I say that, I just feel the sensation move through my body. There's a different feeling when you truly embody belief of that fire, of the process, of what is actually taking place. You don't need to perform healing. It's taking place. It's what is actually occurring. You don't need to pretend to feel good because awakened or walking some sort of path. You're allowed to talk about the pain. I don't know why we've come to believe that that's not okay. We have to be all lights. There is depths inside of you meant to be explored. You're allowed to let the ache rise, to walk forward, even when it hurts like hell. Your pain is a microphone, it has a voice. It can tell you so much. And your ache is your holy becoming. You don't have to wait to be pain free, to be powerful. You simply already are. You already are. You got to know that and tell your body, even when it hurts, I am healing. Even when I don't feel it, I know that love runs through me because that is what I am. Even when I can't rise or move my knee or stretch my bones or raise my arm, I still am rising. And I think the biggest one is to know that even in pain, you are still worthy. And in the fire, you are free.